All right, welcome back. This is Robert Thomas, your enterprise architect for all things Microsoft. And today I want to talk about one of the most innovative, useful, capable features inside of your Microsoft Office 365 infrastructure, and that is Microsoft SharePoint. Now, SharePoint is super cool. This thing really encourages collaboration, communication, and control of important artifacts, items, of critical features and content. So you're collaborating with your internal team and your external team. And you also can make your SharePoint site public so people can actually go to a website, which isn't a usual thing. So let's get into it. So as always, when you go in, you're going to go to microsoftlogin.microsoftonline.com, and then you put in your username and your password. And then when you do that, you'll end up here into your Microsoft 365 homepage. When you're here, you can't add the SharePoint icon here, but it's, usually people don't do that. You just click on the waffle, you go here, and then you'll click on your SharePoint icon right here. Or you can click on more apps, and then that more apps will take you to here, and then you'll be able to see your SharePoint icon right there. Once you click on let's do that. Click on our SharePoint icon. So once you click on your Microsoft SharePoint icon, I'm just going to move this over here out of our way. It's going to take you to your creating your SharePoint site. Now you can see I created a couple. These little stars here are going to be my favorites. So I can also click edit and kind of fool around and add some features. But basically, you can see I'll have 5. But actually, let's just go through the process of creating it. So you could create 2 types of SharePoint site. The team site, so this is going to be your internal team. Usually, these team sites are going to be private. And then you're going to control like who can have access, who can see it, and so forth. The other one is going to be communication sites. Again, this is going to be a team site. So I'll use engineering. So I'm going to create an internal engineering team site where we're working on sensitive project information. I'm going to create a communication team site. So I'm communicating to other departments, and your company could be smaller. It's like 5 people, and I have my product and my and so forth, and my marketing and my sales. But it's a great way for me to make sure my team site is basically having everything that does with sales on that site. Everything that does with marketing is going to be on that marketing site. So I could say basically I want to create a project management site. So I'm going to go here and use this project management template. Actually, no, I'll probably use something else. Let's use employee onboarding for HR. So I'm going to use this employee onboarding template, and I'm going to probably call it, I already did. So actually, no, let's not use that one. I already created an HR site. Let me fool around with the communication site. I haven't done Brand Central, and that one's going to be my let's call it branding site. So I'll just call it brand, some random name, branding group, right? And click next, right? And then tell it, start creating the site, and start creating the site from this templates. I really do love the templates because it just makes it easier. It'll set some things up, give me some creative ideas on like what I want to do. You can also create a SharePoint site that is vanilla, meaning that you can create it and just get really custom and figure out like what you want to do. So as this spins up, you can see I created one here for engineering. So that was pretty cool. So what makes these things super powerful, I can actually come in here and see, who we are, and this is my link, our leadership, the team, how we work, our vision, our priorities, resources, documents and pages, and so forth, right? I could edit the page. I could, create a new list, document library. Let me click on that and play around with this. So, a blank library, with the media library, invoices, and so forth. So I could use these templates to just like spin up a library, right? And I already have one spun up here. So you can pretty much see, and this is really cool. Like this is again, why I love the templates because, oh great. Like I could switch out these photos when I edit. So I can go into the site and edit it. I can change. I probably say, oh, I like this. I might want to change the color and then change the text here. And then I really like how I'm able to like create an event. So I can create an event. And then then this is a really good way to communicate to the broader team that I have different things going on, add photos and so forth. So that's what makes SharePoint really, really cool. I'm able to say, hey, something's going on in my department. I want to communicate to the team, like this is something interesting. It's really good for, when your company is small and you have under 10 people, right? It's like 5 to 10 people, you grow to 15 people, like these become very essential. You're able to communicate what's going on, what's happening, what's taking place. Now you can see here, start designing your site, browse template, and I could probably say, browse, right? I'll just come out of that. And boom, like I came out with a branding. And like I just showed you on engineering, like now I have a new one, right? And this one is called brand right there. And in my brand strategy, I created a new site with different pages on it. So I can go in here and again, start playing around, start changing things, have a help center and so forth. So this, I'm just showing you really fancy capabilities of the templates to get you started. That's the key thing. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to create a SharePoint site. I'm going to get started and I'm going to get going. Here's another one. I call this the go-to-market strategy, which is my team site, right? So I can go back in here and, kind of do that all over again and click this, create a new site because I showed you communication, right? And then this is going to be team, right? And then it's going to give me some templates. And I'm going to say, training. I'll call this training and education. And it's not good to put that there. You want to say, right? And then I'm going to call this, give it a description, my training site. And then I'm going to just hit yes, create the site. And then the step is you can add members, right? So I'll probably say, Kima, and then make her one of the owners, also myself, Rob, and make me one of the owners of this team site and hit finish. So while that spins up, you can see it'll create something like this. Like I created this one with Glide City, which is a roller skating. This whole setup is a roller skating Office 365 site. So I'm starting a roller skating ring and I wanted to use cutting edge information and I want to solve my biggest problem when I'm starting my roller skating ring. So, and Kima's my wife, and basically she's coming up with these ideas and she's having an issue collaborating. This is where SharePoint becomes super powerful. So she's hired on 3 different people to help her build the strategy. So she's talking about go-to-market strategy and how we're going to go to market strategy, like what we're going to do. She creates the SharePoint site and she just gets started. Like she's able to take her SharePoint site. And on previous videos where I've talked about like collaborating with, you can see here, I'm collaborating with Teams. I can bring my teams and create my Teams channel. And then boom, I'm able to start creating my SharePoint site. Also, I click on that button, and now I'm kicking off communications to my Office, my Microsoft Outlook, and I'm able to email the team. I'm able to put everybody in that SharePoint site into a group. And then whenever I email that group, everyone gets that email, right? So that's really, really powerful. So I got this. I've signed up all my members into this group, right? And then it automatically just creates a group with the name like Glide City Go to Market, right? And then anyone I email in that group, they'll get that update. So it just makes life easier. I can create news posts. I could, add a new page. But a lot of times when you're getting started, you usually do the team sites as I've shown you, like here, because these are a lot more easier to manage. Like I can come in, I can get going, I can adjust, I can edit my features over here and add, new links, right? And it'll add a new tab. And this is usually where I'll add different tabs. That's going to connect me to, different applications or different useful applications. Like I'm going to connect to Planner. So I'll create a tab and create a link and then connect myself to Planner, and I'll be able to interact and do some stuff. I also can connect to files and I can see more files, which I don't need because I have document library, which is my documents, right? I can rename all of these items and then I'll just go in here and then just rename and get the setup. So I got a really good document flow over here. So you can kind of see, what a good a document structure would look like, right? So, take some insight from this. Like you create, 10 folders or 11 folders. You'll start with these names. You'll change them around. Like I have strategy and planning. I have a lot of documents that are in here. I can go in here and start creating Word, Excel, PowerPoint. I'm also going to create a section over here for notebooks. So you can see, oh, it already created a notebook section for me. So every time I'm doing a meeting, I can use my notebook and capture, you see right here, notes. So every time there's a meeting, there's always a note section. I know that, these are the meetings that were going on, right? And this one is connected to Glide City. So marketing strategy, sales strategy, product strategy, just really powerful, useful tools and capabilities that really help you be super successful. SharePoint is really powerful like that. So I encourage you to get into it, to start using it, to having fun. And I wish you the best of luck as you explore all the great tools and capabilities of SharePoint. Thanks so much for your time. Have a good day.